Howdy. So we're looking at Opticor Vandal. I actually originally thought the normal Opticor is better, but I was wrong. Opticor Vandal's better. I don't know. I just like the normal Opticor more because it had higher damage. I don't like that they lowered the damage on the Opticor Vandal, but it still ends up being better than the normal Opticor because that horrible charge time on the normal version. Whereas this one charges faster. This is with a fire rate mod though, but it's not bad. So the Opticor and Opticor Vandal are both charge weapons that automatically shoot when the bar fills. They shoot a laser, and they work like laser weapons, which is very strange, right? So multi-shot affects them as they would on a beam weapon. They are a beam weapon, even though it shoots once. Again, very strange. But multi-shot is still good here, even though it shoots once and it's not like a rapid-fire beam. You still obviously want it. It's going to increase your damage. Now, it has infinite body punch through, so it can go through as many enemies as there are in a line, and it has a little bit of AoE and a fairly thick projectile too, so it's not hard to hit enemies. It's also very satisfying to shoot. Now, if we compare it has one punch through at base for objects, but like I said, it has infinite body punch through, but it does have that extra one base punch through. Now, if we compare it to the normal Opticor, they both have base magnetic damage. The normal Opticor actually has way higher damage, more than double, as 2.5 times the damage that the Opticor Vandal does. So you would think, why the hell would you use the Opticor Vandal? Well, that's because the charge rates on this weapon is way faster. It goes from 2.2 seconds on the normal to a 0.6, more than twice as fast the charge rate. It also has a higher magazine to help compensate. The crit chance goes up by 4%, crit multiplier up by 0.1. The status is at 30 instead of 20. So it's just a lot more comfy to use. If you want more damage in a single shot, Opticor will be better. But overall, Opticor Vandal is probably going to be a better option. And it's going to have higher DPS, easier to build crits, and it's got more status box. So there are a couple different ways to build this. First, I'm actually going to show it with Corrosive. If you're not building Slash, I think Deadhead's the way to go. I've really liked Deadhead. That's why I've been really sick of Viral Slash lately. And a big part of that is that there's just no really good arcanes, whereas Deadhead is easy to proc if you're not getting DOT kills, because you have to get direct damage kills. And it gives a much larger damage bonus. I have a Riven, but I haven't rolled it yet, so, don't worry about that. Vital Sense. We're actually going to put Prime Shred on. Right, well, we don't need the punch through actually, so I don't need Prime Shred. Yeah, we don't need Shred here. Why do I have Prime Shred on? You're better off just going with... Where is it? I'm very obviously blind. Here we go. Speed Trigger. Oh yeah, that's why I didn't go Speed Trigger, because it has such a little effect on the charge rate. Yeah, 0.44 to 0.443. Yeah, I guess that doesn't really matter. You could also always go with... What is it? Vile Acceleration. That's going to make a bigger difference, but it's still not going to make a huge difference. But in the case of this build, I will just stick with Prime Shred. But since it has infinite body punch through, Vile Acceleration probably would be the better option. So keep that in mind for future reference. Now, what is the L Poppy missing here? I suppose I will put Vile Acceleration in this build. Oh wait, I already have Prime Shred? Is it all going to fit? Thermite rounds. No, not thermite rounds. We're looking for corrosive. There we go. Okay, yes, we were able to fit it. Corrosive here, and Vile Acceleration. Galvanized Aptitude is additive, not multiplicative. Sad face, but oh well. I know this looks like a lot of base damage. That's because, well, it is. But you don't have to run all this shit. Galvanized Scope is nice because it... Oh, I know why we have an extra... Oh, yeah, duh, because... Hang on. It's because we're missing the freaking crit chance mod here. Duh. Where? Here we go. There we go. Yeah. Base damage will be coming from CO as well as Deadhead. So until we get kills, Well, no stacks means literally no damage, especially because we have viral acceleration on. I will show, I'm only on Mag because she looks sexy. Nothing here is affecting my damage. Arcane Strike is only for attack speed on melee weapons. So, you know, purely the gun. The gun doing damage on its own. Like I said, we won't do shit for damage until we start building up our stacks. It does stagger enemies a lot, which is extremely annoying, to say the least. Just to save time, I am going to nuke their armor real quick, and then I'll get the kills and then reset them. Otherwise, we're going to be here a long time. See, even now, it's not doing as much damage as one would hope. If you are using a build with Nourish, that's going to help a lot, because then you can add viral damage, which is very nice, but it isn't necessary. Here, I'll show 3 enemies, as I missed here, lined up enemies, right here. Damn, how did I not hit them all? Does it not have? I could have sworn on my life. Never mind, I'm absolutely schizophrenic. It does not have infinite body punch. Maybe it was the normal Opticor? I could have sworn on my life it did. I was just testing that. God, I swear, the more I play this game, the more schizophrenic I get. Well, never mind. Punch through is absolutely worth it. Shred would be the better option, probably, then. I'm retarded. Don't worry about it, though. But there you go. You can see the damage isn't terrible. And as our stacks build up, we just keep doing more and more. Though I do wish it had higher status. I honestly think it's due time to get a 10th Opticor. But we'll just have to wait and see if that ever actually happens. Now, because it has big PP damage, and it doesn't shoot fast, I don't think Corrosive is the play. Because of the high base damage, and you can put punch through and it has a tad bit of AoE and a thick projectile, gas is going to be the optimal way of going about things. So I am going to show this build as well first. Hunter Munitions build, pretty typical. Nothing really fancy about it. We are going to need a kill again here. Just to make my life... Oh, I'm already on you, Arrow. I could have just done that. We can just strip these... Yeah, this corner enemy. Let's strip both corner enemies, so that we can easily get these kills. There we go. Now, look at this. If it procs Slash, that's the big if. If you do proc Slash, though, your damage is actually going to be fairly good. But without our crit chance hitting 100%, it's going to be a real pain in the ass to proc Slash. But look, that AoE is pretty good for applying viral. It doesn't do damage for shit, but it's good for applying stats effects in the area. And the bonus, or the base magnetic damage is nice to have as well. Look at that. Yeah, that Slash is doing nothing, but for this enemy, it's going to be some respectable damage, I'd say. Like, this is going to work in most places in the game, but it's still not going to be that great. But like I said, the good base damage and okay status are perfect for building building gas. And we can go Deadhead, Galvanized Scope. The Deadhead affects your gas damage, since gas can actually get headshots. We'll be armor stripping with Uneru and pulling in with Ensnare. Rhino has nothing affecting our damage. That's not true. Now it has nothing affecting our damage. And we are going to want to build stacks again, because without building stacks, damage does not exist. So we will do that. There we go. All of our Deadhead stacks. Press reload. Respawn all of the enemies. Hold them all in. All you gotta do is pull, armor strip, and now here you go. The gas, I mean, it already one shot on its own. We don't even have viral on it. Destroyed them in a single shot, and then the gas clouds do some pretty big damage. I should really show it without shooting more than one shot. Just the one singular shot. We'll try to do it in a way that hits as many of them as possible. So the center. That's a lot of damage. And this has even less damage than normal Opticor. If you put the same build on Opticor, yeah, you're going to struggle with fire rate. But if you build more fire rate, it's not that big of a deal. And then it's the gas cloud's going to do even more damage. And I can actually show that in case you're wondering how the normal Opticore stacks up. I won't show it with all of the same builds because I don't think that's really worth doing. I don't have an arcane. Never mind, we're not showing normal Opticore. I forgot I don't have the arcane slot unlocked. Fuck. Well, anyways, yeah, Opticor Vandal works very well with gas. Very juicy. Oh, I suppose I did not show it without the armor strip going, right? I should do that because it is always nice to see if the damage is just so insane you can kill without armor strip because of the gas. There are very few weapons in the game that can do that, but there are some, and you know, sometimes people like to know. So that's what we're going to be doing. There we go. Now all we do is pull them in, and then we start shooting them all. You can see it's actually not horrible. And if I were to cast Roar and then the double dipping gas damage, it would actually destroy these guys. Because this is without any outside buffs other than the fact that we're grouping with Ensnare. That's the only thing we did. So let's strip these guys just so they can all die. And then I have no strength. This is just a base war, so it's going to be times 1.5 times 1.5 since it double dips on dots. Now pull them in. Oh, I only have one deadhead stack now. Shit. Well, now I have more than one deadhead stack now. We just have to re-freaking do that. Anyways, bam. Now Roar is active. You'll see that our damage will actually be much higher. And Roar is not hard to get, since you can put it on any frame. Though you can't get Roar and Ensnare, but there are other ways of finding grouping or putting a Bane mod on if you like doing that. Like, this is great. And once Jade Shadows comes out, that armor is reduced. Again, I know people probably get sick of me mentioning Jade Shadows in every video. It's just, it cannot be overstated how game changing all of the status and armor changes are going to be when it comes out in Jade Shadows. Like, it's that important. I have to bring it up. It's just necessary. Okay, that is going to change the game entirely. But yeah, that's the Opticor Vandal. Normal Opticor is still viable if you want a big punch with way slower fire rate. I actually suggest that is a good weapon too. But if you'd rather have faster fire rate and still decent base damage, then the Vandal's a good option. So yeah, adios.